All right, we are live. Live. Although I'm not too sure what is going on right now. Let's see who is here. You're gonna Peter, you're gonna be taking over the computer right now, right? We're taking over the back end. Yeah, there we go. Health is good. So how many people do we have on right now? Is it like 3, 4? Oh, hey. Hey. There's some people in there. Perfect. What's up, guys? What's up, Dawn Elizabeth? Grover Peter. Okay, I'm not going to repeat your question, but no, I am not. Yeah, you guys are here early, so definitely appreciate it. If you guys have any interesting questions, go ahead and put it in the chat box, and I'll see if I can answer it. We got Brandy Liner. Hello. What's up? Grover Peter. He's back. Keeps on asking the same question. Also have Shady Shaman. What's up to you? We'll have the official, I guess we'll go by the official script when 7 a.m. starts. We're still getting people to come in and get settled in. In case you guys can't figure it out, this is my first live stream, so this is all still very kind of interesting to me, since it's like I'm in a room by myself, but I'm talking to people over the internet, and that's still very amazing to me. Thank you, Darren Ma. Appreciate that. She said had a nice voice. I hear that once in a while, so I definitely appreciate that. Phoenix RC Crawler. What's up? Dylan Pal in the house. Tom Crabtree. I see you. These comments are coming in a little fast, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. Dylon. Mm. Oh, nice sleeve tat. What is it? So to go into my tattoos, I mean, it would take a long time, but I have this coming up here, and it's essentially basically a tat that I got when I finally felt like I made the transition to being from like a little boy to being a man, and I got that a number of years ago. And then this tat is actually I'm not sure how close you can get to it, or how maybe this is probably a little better. That tat I actually just got this past year, so that's pretty cool. It's nobody can read them all. It's not Pokemon. Yeah, I know. But yeah, essentially, a lot of my tats are, they have personal meaning to me, and I don't want to go too deep into it right now since we're about to start the live chat. But towards the end of the session, when we have a little more time, then I'll go back into it. But thank you. Who does the main narration? That's a good question. So it's this guy named Andy. So he's the main voiceover guy, and he's a sportscaster in Canada. So he's actually kind of relatively famous over there. And He does most of the voiceovers. And all right. Oh, thanks, James. Thank you very much. James said that he was essentially saying that he really liked the channel and was awesome, that it was awesome. So I definitely appreciate those comments. But all right, 3 more minutes, and we are gonna stick to the script. We're gonna go over the best life hacks that you guys submitted, and also that actually most of them I had to come up with since there was technically only 2 submissions. But we'll see who wins the $50 Amazon gift card a little later. No, I am not Mexican. I'm actually pretty Asian, 100% Asian. In fact, right now I'm in Hong Kong. So right now it's almost 7 in the morning in Hong Kong. And I believe that it should be 7 p.m. at night for you guys on the East Coast. And what, 4 in the afternoon on the West Coast? So yeah, so we'll just let people still keep on trickling in. If you guys have any other questions. So Peter, my main video guy, jack of all trades, master editor, he's helping me out in the back end here. And so if you guys noticed me asking, let's say, a random person to do something, then that's Peter. Although you're not going to be seeing him in the background since he's in another country. But yeah, okay. All right. But yeah, okay. Pretty much almost 7. Let's just go ahead and get this thing started. And like I said before, if you're just joining in, what's up, everyone? I'm Pablito of Pablito's Way. I'm sure a lot of you guys are kind of figuring out that I'm not Mexican and that I'm more Asian. And to give you guys a little background into how essentially how I got my name and how I decided to go with the channel's name, Pablito's Way. It's a nickname that I got when I was traveling in Nicaragua a few years ago on a school trip, and we essentially just gave each other kind of little nicknames. I got Pablito. Another person, I forget some of the other crazy nicknames that we gave each other, but yeah, that's the one that I got. And essentially, Pablito is a play off of Carlito's Way, which is old film with Al Pacino, and that's how I got the inspiration for that. But yeah, so today is the first live stream that we've done here at Pablito's Way, and it's something that's still new to me, and I want people to have fun and to really kind of answer any sort of questions that you guys may have about the channel, anything regarding the videos, or like just any sort of like interesting question that's regarding, I guess, life hacks, and that's our first topic for our first live stream. And yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. So yeah, let's see. So let me just set this up here. I'm gonna have to read into the life hacks. All right. So one of my personal favorite life hacks that I use all the time is using alerts on my phone to remember to cancel something. So I'm sure that a lot of you guys like, get like a free trial membership to either something like Netflix or something like Amazon Prime where you get like a 30-day membership, but you know that you're not going to be using it, or something that's like clear membership. Has anyone ever heard of that one? Where the one where you get to skip lines at airports and stadiums? But anyways, uh, a lot of times, like before I started just putting alerts on my phone, like I would just forget to go ahead and I guess cancel the subscription, and you'd be charged whatever. So the easiest way to do it is just immediately once you start that membership, you just set the alert on your phone and make sure that it sends you either an email or an alert that goes on your phone. That way you just know how to cancel it. So that's the first life hack that we have for number one. Casey Brennan, life hack number one: don't be an ass. Yeah, that is true. So okay, so for number two is pretty interesting. So this one is taking a picture of a sale on your phone. Let's say you're at like Target or Walmart or just like some sort of grocery store. A lot of times, I'm not sure if you guys ever notice this, but like, it's not, I can't come up with like an exact percentage, but it'll be something like maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 to 20% of the time. They'll be like, oh, get two of these things for two for $5, and like the regular price is like one of them's like $3.99 or something like that. But then you get up to the register, and the person and the item is it's not ringing up right with the correct price, and you're just like, oh wow, I have to go back, maybe like show the person, or like, or maybe the item has like a UPC code that's like messed up or whatever, and it's just not scanning. So having a picture on your phone, like pretty much 100% of the time, the person that's working the register, they're just gonna take a look at it, see that, oh okay, it's a real picture, and they're just gonna give you that discount. That way, it just really saves you the time of having to get someone to go back there and kind of like proving the price to them. That's a pretty handy dandy life hack, because especially when there's like 20 to 30 people in line, and you're gonna have to, okay, maybe not 20 to 30 people, okay, I just kind of said that off the top of my head, but you know what I'm saying, like, five or six people, and it's kind of like you feeling a little stressed out when like all these people are waiting for you to come back. But life hacks, oh, okay, go to Trader Joe's for dog and cat food. Oh, that's actually a good one. That's actually a good one. Um Trader Joe's has a lot of random good stuff. From, I mean, not just the food, but like, like you said, the dog treats, the cat treats. Transfer to a credit union and ditch Comcast cable. I would just say ditch cable anyways, Don, but that's just me. All right, so we're gonna go to life hack number three. So this one is actually for the business people out there. I'm sure a lot of you guys have gotten business cards before, and just whenever someone hands you a business card, I mean, it's almost kind of like, I guess in the American culture, it's, you know, you don't handle it as, I guess, carefully as in Asian cultures, where, you're almost, the business card is almost, yeah, I'm CEO, bitch. Thanks, Peter. Yeah, that's actually a famous business card by Mark Zuckerberg, obviously, and that's a real business card. He actually had that back in the early 2000s, and it's more kind of a joke. I think he dropped that line in a meeting, and like the person that was responsible for making the business cards for the beginning team at that time. He thought that was funny, so he just put that up there. But yeah. So business cards. Back to business cards. So in the U.S., people don't. This is like kind of like a side story where, like, say in Japan, it's like an extension of yourself, and you're never ever really supposed to put like a business card into like your back pocket or whatever, and you're supposed to put it into like a business card case since it's really an extension of that person. I've always thought that that was interesting. But anyways, the hack here is like, I mean, who really wants to put business cards? I guess actually keep them. I mean, no offense to that business card, the person's business card or that person in general, but really, it's the fact that you want to be able to keep that information uh, handily, like easily accessible. So the easiest way is to create a folder on your phone and just keep pictures of them in there. There's also I was talking I was talking to someone. They also mentioned that there's an app that actually scans the business card, so you don't even have to like put in all the information yourself. So it just automatically populates, I guess, to your contacts. But I'm not sure what app that actually can actually do that. So that's what I do for all the business cards that anyone ever really gives me, because I mean, to be honest with you, like I almost feel bad throwing out the business cards, but at least, like, I definitely don't carry them around or like keep them in like some sort of order, like an old Rolodex or something like that. But being able to pull up someone's information on your phone is definitely very, very handy, especially when you're out and you have no clue what that person's contact info is when you need it. Let's see. I'm going through some of the comments here. Trader Joe's toothpaste, no fluoride. Uh, Is isn't that like, I thought we fluoride's kind of a good thing. That's a comment from Susan Moray, I'm assuming. I think that's I'm saying that right. Tom Crabtree, hello, hello. Gonna say what's up to you again. Let's see. All right. At Trader Joe's, you're able to get 2 cases of canned cat food for the price of one at a pet store. Dawn Elizabeth is going in on the cat food. I love it. At Trader Joe's. Okay, all right. We're gonna. Okay. We're gonna move on to the next life hack. Life hack number 4. This one's actually from someone that I know. So this one, apparently, a lot of her jeans, the zipper falls down, and that what she does is put a keychain ring on top of the zipper to keep it up. I'm not sure if I have a problem with the zipper staying up or down, or actually, you know what? Like, this may be like a little too much information for most people, but like a lot of times, like I just don't notice that my zipper is down, so like I'm walking around like like most of the day with my zipper down is just like, then I find out it's like whatever. But yeah, so I think that's actually, she says that, for a lot of the cheap jeans that she buys, for like the cheapy jeans, like the zipper's a big problem. So that sounds like it's a pretty good one. Some Do you know any life hacks about RC? What? Wait, can someone tell me what RC means? What is RC? I keep on seeing this RC. I'm not sure if it's Dylon or Dylan that keeps on talking about RC, but I just keep on seeing it in the comment section. But anyways, let's go through the 5th life hack. All right. Oh, this is actually one of my favorite ones. This isn't. Whenever you're actually gonna buy something expensive, remote control. Okay. All right. Whenever you're actually going to buy something expensive, whether like, it's electronics or maybe it's like a piece of clothing, the best way to save money is just go ahead, go on the eBay app and just see if you can find that item. And typically you can find it, and if you can find it, it's pretty much like most of the time it's going to be way cheaper than what you're actually going to see for it at the store. So that is, I mean, even from for like designer goods, you can find, all you have to do is just either just put in like the actual name of, like, let's say the shoe, or or you can put in the product number, and you'll be able to pull that up, find it on eBay, and basically save a whole bunch of money. Because I know that a lot of people kind of forget to do that, because like I mean, of course you're not gonna do that for things that's like you need that exact moment or that day, but for something that you just saw, and maybe like it could be a emotional purchase or almost like an impulse purchase, like even then you can kind of like at least take the time to see if, okay, well, I can wait like 2 or 3 days. Let's see if it's on eBay. You know. All right, let's go through the comments again. Let's see. RC remote control. Okay. Dylon. Dylon. You don't have to leave. You can stay. Okay. So here's a life hack that is coming in through the comments. Okay, nutritional cheap foods when you're on a tight budget is needed. Cheap foods are nutritional is a little hard in America. Actually, slowly. That's from Slowly Dying Magic Carp. Uh, yeah, it is kind of hard to find nutritional cheap foods. To be honest with you, I only shop at Trader Joe's, and I think it's a good balance of value and convenience, because, I mean, the produce there at Trader Joe's is a lot of it is ready to be eaten, and it's already chopped, and like, I think for say a 5 ounce or 6 ounce bag of like greens, some for salad mix or something like that, it's like $1.99. I mean, that now that I kind of think about it, that can be expensive for some people, but the convenience factor of not having to chop up things yourself, I mean, is definitely good. But as far as like, I think I went to the reason I don't go to Walmart as much is just because there's not Walmarts that are that close to me, and plus, I just feel that the lines at Walmart are always super long, so I don't really go there that much. But I was shopping in the produce section there, and I think I was shopping for kale or something like that, and like a pound of kale was like $3.99. So yeah, for sure, it is definitely hard to find cheap foods when you're on a tight budget. But I think if you kind of still shop around uh, for say like some, I don't know, chicken breast or something like that. I mean, if you're trying to save some money, taking a look at like the weekly circulars for grocery stores, that definitely helps. But if you're trying to go for a one-stop shop, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat Trader Joe's in terms of convenience and value. And too many foods are GMO. That's the same. That's common from Susan Moray. Yeah, it seems like it. That's something that I'm not too familiar with, so I can't really make too much of a comment. Um, I I personally just try to eat foods that aren't processed, and whether it's organic or not, like, I don't really personally I personally don't take too much time to look into that, but yeah, I do think maybe like one day the research is going to come out to see whether organic foods matter or not, but that I think that those things are going to just have to take some time. But okay, all right. Dylan, okay, he's staying. That's good. Perfect. All right, so we're going to move into the next life hack. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. Life hack number 6. Whenever you buy something expensive or something that you may sell in the future. I don't know how many of you guys are eBayers out there that kind of like resell some of their old stuff like I do, because anything that I buy that's older, you know, Peter just put up Louis Vuitton bags. No, I'm not buying and selling Louis Vuitton bags. But let's say for example, you buy a Louis Vuitton bag, just as an example, that you buy it for retail at the store, and then from what I hear, Louis Vuitton stuff are actually, you can get what, like at least probably half the value back, and then depending on what the edition is, or how hot it was when it first came out, I think you can get almost probably sell some stuff for maybe full value, for maybe even more. But anyways, the trick here is this: just save the photos, save the stock photos, and that way it'll make things a little easier on yourself when you resell it on eBay. And that also goes for when you buy things off of eBay, where you can just use the seller's old photos. I mean, because taking photos and kind of having to resize them and making sure that the item actually looks good is a big time waster whenever you're trying to resell that item. Mm. All right, gonna go through the comments again. How is the weather out there, Parth Barrow? I'm assuming I'm saying your name right. Okay, Parth. The weather in Hong Kong actually is pretty hot. So I would say it's in the high 80s, and humidity is probably around 60 to 80%, depending on the time of day and, like, what day of the week. I actually just got back from Tokyo, so the weather in Tokyo right now is like in Southern Cali, and so I can't comment too much on what the weather in Hong Kong is lately, but I just got back last night. So, but yeah, I can kind of feel the heat right now because the AC in the room has shut off, and I'm actually gonna turn it back on right now, and it's getting a little hot. Oh, okay, all right. Peter's grabbing the bull by the horns, and he's helping me look up the weather in Hong Kong right now. Yeah, right now outside it's 81 degrees, partly cloudy, and what is the humidity? I'm not sure. A little more to the right, Peter. Let's see that humidity. Yeah, it always feels humid in Hong Kong. That's the thing. It's always so hot here during the summer. So I split time between Hong Kong and Las Vegas, and 71%. Man, it's already feeling pretty hot out there. But yeah, so I spend probably 5 to 6 months in Hong Kong, or rather in Asia, and then the other time in Las Vegas. And the reason I do that is really for friends and family. A lot of my family is back in Asia, so I like to see them. Definitely hang out with my parents, see them, and just kind of enjoy living life with them. All right, we're gonna move into the next life hack. I'm gonna have to pull up on my phone. All right, let's see. All right, life hack number 7. Okay, this one's actually, I think I talked about this one in one of my videos. Actually, I know I've talked about this one in one of my videos, where let's say you're at a crowded bar, or you're going to like some sort of club, and it's a place that's always crowded, that's like has long lines. If you're at the bar, first of all, always bring cash at a bar, because whenever you're paying with card, and it just really ruins the fact that you have to wait when you leave. I mean, it kind of ruins things for the entire party, especially if you have, like, maybe 3, 4, 5 people. that's with you, and you have to wait for your card. You have to wait for the bartender to run the card instead of just dropping cash right there, so you can leave. But that's for the first thing. Always bring cash whenever you go out. It just makes it easier for everyone. And plus, like whenever people are splitting bills, I know with people have Venmo and PayPal now, but still, it's much easier to have cash. But with this life hack, I've seen some of my friends go out to some bars in Hong Kong, and I'll be like, I'll go out with them, and they'll just slip the bartender like two 500s. So the Hong Kong dollar is like one US dollar is about 8 Hong Kong dollars. So he'll give him like something like a little over $100, and like this bartender will just give this guy like all the drinks that he wants for the rest of the night, and the drinks are like something like $10 or $15 a drink. So essentially, like he takes care of the bartender, and then the bartender just hooks him up. So, and that's also the same thing here. It's just when you first get to the bar, when you first order a drink from the bartender, pay with cash, and give him a big tip. Like I mean, a big tip would probably be like a $10 tip. I would say give him like $5, $10, and I promise you, whenever it starts getting crowded, he's gonna be looking for you. He or she's gonna be looking for you, and you really don't have to wait in line. And he's gonna have the drinks waiting for you, especially if it's like maybe your second or third time there, and you see him. Essentially, you want to be taking care of the people that's really taking care of you, and that is something that really pays for itself above and beyond. Especially if you have like friends in town, or like if you're out on a date or something like that. That really kind of like goes to impress your whoever that you're with. So that's definitely one of my favorite life hacks. And oh yeah, let's say like yeah, there we go. There we go. We need the comments back up. I got to see that again, Peter. But as far as like clubs go, if you go out to like a club type place that always has like like let's say an entry fee, or like the type of places that where you need to wait in line, and if you're a guy with two guy friends, like essentially you're not going to be getting in for the next hour. Like instead of being like everyone else and tipping the guy, like giving him like I don't know, 20-40 bucks to get in, tip him after you leave the club. That way he remembers who you are for the next time. Of course, don't do this for a place that that you're gonna be for once in your life. But that having the bartender or the bouncer remember you for the next time, with some cash, I mean that makes a huge difference. And a lot of times, like sometimes, if you build a relationship with the door guys, and this really goes for anyone really in the service industry, they're gonna take care of you. And by relationship, it doesn't mean that it's always going to have to be about money, but also just getting to know them, because they're really human beings as well, obviously. And that just building that relationship, building a little rapport, asking like, hey, how's this night going for you, stuff like that. I mean that can go a long ways. But okay, we're gonna go through the comments section again. Go through the comments section again. Okay. If you look for cheap food, step by Aldi. Oh, yeah, yeah, Aldi. I think I've been to Aldi. That one's from Darren Ma again. Aldi's, are they really that pervasive across the U.S.? I think I've only seen one, and like that was in a completely random town when I was living in North Carolina at the time. Dylan Powell, do I know any life hacks about games? No. Unfortunately, I stopped playing video games when I was a pretty young age. I just got into sports. Although I hear that video games are, or rather, I it's not that I hear. I know video games have gotten so big now. It's where people can literally become superstars and make millions of dollars playing video games, and that is absolutely amazing. And all I can say is what a time to be alive. So like to all the video gamers out there, keep doing your thing. That's awesome. But let's see. Life hacks about tattoos. Yeah, there's no real life hack about tattoos, Darren. There's either, what I tell people, if you think about getting a tattoo, if you're thinking about getting a tattoo, think about what you want, wait a year, and then see if you still want it. That's how I got all my tattoos. I mean, I really just, to me, I've only had two tattoos. It's like two half sleeves, but that's the way. Jasmine Awari, thank you for that nice comment. Appreciate it. Okay, Dawn Elizabeth has another question. Question, Pablito. Any ideas on getting cheaper rates for concerts? Ooh, the concerts thing, I think that's gonna be a tough one because like for a lot of the most popular concerts, people are just gonna be reselling tickets. All I can say for that is just try and buy the tickets online, and that's it. That's the only thing that I have. I personally don't do concerts that much. My friends are the ones that are more into music festivals and concerts, and I guess the life hack there is to know people that are really into that, and when they buy extra tickets, be like, "Hey, remember me? I want an extra ticket. Can I get that at face value?" I guess that's the only thing I can think of. But as far as the way that things are set up these days, it's a little too tough to kind of be able to have like a secret way to save money. Let's see. Slowly dying Magic Carp says, make sure your tattoo is something meaningful to you and you alone. That's true. That is true. I mean that is something that, in my opinion, doesn't really only restrict to tattoos. I think a lot of people buy things to, I guess, you could say to impress other people, or really they buy things for, to kind of fit in with their friends or something like that. And I can certainly understand the motivation, but the way that I see things is that at the end of the day, anything that you do should really be for you. You shouldn't be doing it for to kind of let's say to try and make someone else happy, because because that decision is really solely for you. So if you buy, whether it's like, I don't know, certain clothing, or maybe it's even as big as a car, or maybe it's like some sort of status purse. Make sure that you actually like it and you're not doing it just to kind of impress any specific person in your life, or just like a whole bunch of people, who knows. Because to be honest with you, like a lot of those emotions, or like those feelings, are just kind of like fleeting, and at the end of the day, if you don't like it, you're just not going to like it. You'll probably like the attention a little bit, but it's just like I said, in my personal opinion, those are fleeting emotions. So yeah, but yes, as far as tattoos go, that is definitely a very, very good tip. All right. Let's see. We're going to go through life hack number... What number are we on? Oh, life hack number 8. Okay. So this one is about lines. Oh, I got a little notification on my phone. Silence that one. There we go. Okay, so apparently this one I found just randomly. Whenever you're trying to pick a line, let's say you're at a grocery store, or maybe you're in the immigration line, or just some, I don't know, maybe lines at DMV. What's another place that has a lot of lines? Apparently you're supposed to always choose to go left whenever you're picking a line, because most people choose right, just because of some sort of hardwired thing in our brain. So, also, if you are able to find a line that has kind of like I guess, an empty register, let's say, at a grocery store next to it. I know, for example, at Target, that whenever the lines are getting a little bit too crowded, they'll just open up empty registers, because they don't want, I think that's one of the things that they kind of pride themselves on, like not having to wait in line too much. I could be wrong, because like all the times I've been to Target, which isn't like that many times, it doesn't seem like they don't really have more than, like, say, 2 or 3 people in line, maybe 4. before they open up a new register. But what the last part is just the fact that you want to be next to an empty register and be able to hop in that in case it opens up. Let's see. Dawn Elizabeth asks, any thoughts on life hacks for conferences? Actually, the life hack for conferences for me is to kind of avoid them. All the conferences I've ever been to, I guess it really depends on who you are as an individual and what you get out of it. Like, it's definitely good to network at conferences, and you can definitely find new clients for whatever sort of business that you're in. But in my opinion, a lot of times it's just, they're kind of a big waste of time. But again, that's just my opinion. I personally try to avoid conferences unless, let's say I'm at a specific job, or I have like, I need to pick up clients for specific things. But then going to that conference and looking for clients, that's the main thing, versus like, let's say you go into a conference and you just trying to see, okay, what can I pick up from this conference, without like a specific goal, because even then, a lot of the contacts that you meet, it's still kind of hard to like connect without like a very specific agenda, but that's kind of like my off the top thinking. Let's see. Let's move on to the next one. Life hack number 9. When you're moving, this one's actually pretty good. I've used this one before. Whenever you're moving and you're trying to protect your furniture, get some industrial saran wrap at Sam's Club, or like what's another one? What's the one that sells? Why can't I think of who sells Kirkland's? The brand Kirkland's. Costco, that's right. Buy saran wrap at Costco or like Sam's Club and wrap up your furniture that way. It's actually a really cheap way to protect your furniture. And if you have something like a chest of drawers or like a dresser, the saran wrap also, you can just keep the drawers in there and keep them from falling out whenever you're moving it. That one I've used actually more than a few times when I was moving. That's one of my personal ones. Let's see. Let's move on to the next life hack. Life hack number 10. Sleep in 90-minute cycles. All right. That one's a good one. I actually learned this one from a friend, and she was essentially telling me more about sleeping and just like the patterns of sleep. And essentially, I've forgotten like a lot of these things, but the one thing I did pick up is that you want to sleep in 90-minute cycles, and that's really sleeping in these complete cycles. When you wake up from that nap, or whether it's a nap or like the sleep, you're gonna feel much more refreshed versus say if you slept for like an hour. Apparently, whenever you wake up right in the middle of a cycle, that's why you're going to be much more groggy and just kind of a little more irritated, and maybe even feeling worse, waking up from that nap because you only slept for 90 minutes in between a cycle. So then, and then for the people that I guess don't really do short naps, because I used to subscribe to, I guess, only long naps and not short naps. But if you just sleep for 10 or 15 minutes before you actually get into a cycle, because I can't remember what the actual number of time, what like the actual exact time is before you enter deep sleep, but 10 to 15 minutes where you kind of do a light sleep, you actually do feel better doing that. All right, let's move on. Oh man. Jehu, okay. Okay. Let's see. Life hack number 11. Oh, this one's my favorite one. If you have friends that are consistently late, this is what I do. Just tell them, hey, instead of dinner's at 7, dinner is at 6:30. And then you show up at 7 anyways. That it actually works. I know it's a little deceiving, but but actually you can kind of reframe the question to be like, hey, when they ask, hey, what time should I show up? So really when you say 6:30, it's kind of be like, yeah, you should show up at 6:30 because you know you're gonna show up at 7 anyways. So that's definitely something that's gonna save everyone a lot of time and frustration because then they're gonna be like, oh, so sorry, I'm late. Oh, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, it's not a huge deal. All right, and life hack number 12, the last one that we have. Look for whatever expensive thing you want to buy on eBay first. Actually, I think we already went over this. This one actually made it on the list twice. So let's see. Look for yeah. Okay, we actually did do this one. I guess I was kind of sleepy when I was going over these things. Okay, all right. That's all the life hacks right now, and we no. Okay, that's it. We're gonna go into the little Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, any sort of anything about anything you guys want to talk about, just go ahead and type it in. But Peter, let's so we in case you joined a little later, so we had actually 2 submissions for the life hacks. So let's go through, let's look at the first one. If you can pull up the screenshot for that one, Peter. Wait, let's see. Oh, that's right. Oh, were you guys able to hear me correctly? Just let me know with a yes or a no. Okay. All right. There we go. Oh, let's see. So that was the first submission. Let's see. Can you? I. Oh man, I can't actually read that on my end. It's a little too small. Hold on. I'm gonna try and pull it up on my phone. Peter, can you? Well, actually, you know what? I can kind of at least remember what this lady was talking about. But so this lady is disabled, and she had all these little life hacks for her wheelchair. So which I thought were pretty ingenious to like use bungee cords to yeah, perfect. Thanks, Peter. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so she has an electric wheelchair and she uses bungee cords to hook up Walmart carts on the back of her wheelchair. That's actually pretty ingenious. Then she went through with the other wheelchair life hacks. How she also has a bungee for an umbrella to the headrest of her wheelchair to keep the rain out or too much sun exposure, like a little parasol. I like that. I definitely like that. That's pretty sweet, June. And then the life hack number 5: punch holes in an old pill bottle and pour salt and pepper in them. Easy money saver. Okay. Although old pill bottle, I mean, I think I I think most people would just have cheapy, I guess, salt and pepper shakers in their house anyways. But yeah, but okay, but pretty cool. But pull up the other one, Peter. So that was our first submission. We're actually technically this was our second submission. The first submission was, if you can pull that one up. Let's see. think there's a little lag between when Peter hears me. And okay, so there we go. Now we're pulling up the pictures. So this is the second submission. Now, I think right now I'm gonna have to go with June with the Amazon life hack. Or not the Amazon life hack, winning the Amazon $50 Amazon gift card. So that's my personal opinion, because even though the wheelchair life hacks don't really apply to most of us, I still think that it's ingenious enough. And this one is from Pushka? Hold on. Okay. Van Lau Pika. Unshrink clothes hack. If you have a loose sock or a loose t-shirt, just blow them with a blow dryer for a few moments and others should do the job. I'm not too sure how that works. I've never tried it before. A loose sock or a loose t-shirt. If it's, wouldn't the heat shrink it a little more? I thought that heat, I don't know, but yeah, so those are the two submissions. I think for our next live stream, we'll probably just have to do a little more promos, a little more trailer, but yeah, I think June won the Amazon $50 gift card. So congrats to June. I'm not sure if you're actually in here, so definitely appreciate you dropping the comments and taking the time out of your day. So let's see. I'm gonna go through the comments, see if you guys have anything else, any questions before we end this. Let's see. I'm just gonna, here we go. Let's see. How do you come up with the subjects for the videos? That's the question from Boost TTD. There's no, to be honest, there's no like, it's just stuff that I'm interested in. Whether that's like, you know, a lot of the stuff that I have is just going to be, is entertainment, because, or rather it's more infotainment. That's the way I would see it. It's because I personally like animals a lot. So I like learning about animals. For me, I watch a lot of Blue Planet 2, and like I rewatch a lot of those things. So I personally like doing research on animals. But for anything else, it'll just be like, you know, I'll be searching, you know, surfing the web, and I'll see something interesting, and I'll think, oh wow, can I actually talk about this? Whether it's like interesting, and then the other thing is that whether you guys will be interested in it as well, you know. So it's kind of like making sure that it's interesting to you guys, either it's entertaining or if it's educational. So that's it. And then, but yeah, okay. I think that's essentially all the time that we have for today. I'm actually have to hop on another flight to go to my parents' house in Taiwan. So, all right. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate you guys joining the first live stream. I think I personally have fun. I don't know if you know how you guys felt. Let me know in the comments section if this is something that, you know, you found it was interesting, or just if you have any other questions, you know, go ahead and put it in the comments section. I'll just try to answer it, whether it's about the channel, about Hong Kong, about Las Vegas, anything really, and I'll try to answer it. But thanks a lot, guys. This is gonna be it, and really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.